So, this is the second try as we want to talk about energy clearing in Mercury retrograde. um, Hello Heike, hello Nettie. And so we wait a few seconds more, and I hope this time we send a request to the universe that we have a stable internet connection now. And I will wait a second until Antje comes in so we can continue with our conversation about. So let's see. I hope you're all doing well. And so, hello again.
Nice to see you again.
Yes.
Nice
Yeah,
to
we
see
have
you again.
some practice in. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, this is the third time now. It should be working then.
Yes. Um, Hello, Regina. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we picked the right time, I guess.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, do we start again? Yeah, because the other one
Yes.
is dead, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. The other one is dead. Maybe they needed some energy clearing, so now it's good.
I thought about it. Maybe, yeah, we did
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I was
Okay.
just like, okay, does it mean we need to let it go? I'm
Um,
like, okay, right.
yeah.
Well, that was
Okay.
an interesting start.
Yes.
Hopefully, we've cleared up the connection now.
Yeah. 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 I'm sure.
So, welcome back, everyone.
Yes. Welcome back.
And welcome whoever was not here before.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
we'll try. It looks stable now, so
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Okay, do I
let's
start
start
again?
again. Yes.
Practice. Practice makes perfect.
Yeah.
Hi everyone, for everyone who doesn't know me, I'm Antje Roggemann. I'm a clearing medium, I'm also an angel medium and a channeler. And I offer healing sessions with angel symbols, which are these if you don't know that. And I also offer Reiki attunements. I also have several online courses, including the energy and clutter clearing course that Claudia also did. And I also have a book, Is It Cool to Be an Angel? That is channeled, like most of my work. Yeah, I think that's short introduction.
There's a short introduction.
Yeah, the rest will come later.
Yes, yes, okay, yeah. And yeah, hello to everyone who was there before and all the new audience. I'm Claudia van de Kamp. I'm a body worker and energy worker. I think we do similar things from a different angle, maybe. So my approach is more from the body side. So I work with humans or human beings and with animals. Yeah, to support clearing old energies out of the body system and the energy system. That can be physical stuff, that can be energetic or emotional stuff. And I support people to find their way back from pain to joy, I would say, and find clarity. But mostly joy. Back to the joy, and that goes for human beings and also for animals, because working with animals that are traumatized or suffer from any kind of mistreatment or something, that's also a way back from pain to joy. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So
So where do we start? If
where do
anyone has questions, you can put them in the comments later, so
yes, yeah, yeah,
we
and
can
then we
answer them.
can, yeah, yeah, and maybe we start with how how would you say it started in your life that you like that energy clearing found you, or when did it happen?
Or let me start with a bit of an explanation what it is or what it
Yes, yeah,
encompasses, so that
yeah,
everyone knows what we're
yeah,
talking about, because it's
yeah,
really broad.
yes,
So for me, or I guess for us, because you said you do it literally on all levels. Yeah, you started on the physical level, but it's
it's
encompasses everything.
expanding. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So, and that's actually what it is. Energy clearing is removing old energies from your body, from your energy field, from your personal life. And that includes physical clutter, it includes digital clutter, it includes relationships,
yeah,
it includes emotions, trauma, memories, food, clothes, everything. Like,
yeah, yeah,
let me show you a practical example. I've put it on purpose next to me because that's what I'm just doing. So clearing out something physical. This is an old jacket. Now
yes,
try to
yeah,
feel the energy. It's also damaged, right? This is an old jacket. Try to feel the energy because it's old, it's worn out, it's years old. Now I just unpacked the new one and I was like, wow, this is gorgeous. Well, you obviously know which color I like, but feel the difference.
yeah,
It's it's a completely different energy, and that's just a very practical example of energy clearing. Clearing out the old one,
yeah,
damaged one, worn out, and bringing in a new one.
yes, yeah,
That's a physical example. But of course, we do it with like everything, like trauma, emotions, memories, clearing that out, making space for joy again.
yeah, yeah. And I would say it also can include, like you say, you do in your work, clear out your environment
Yeah,
where you live, your house, your,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Anything that's not that's the part that my energy field
yeah,
brings up, and I don't do on purpose,
just happens.
but yes,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah. So like can also be practical examples, like in a flat, in a home. So I just had the electricity renewed in our flat because it
yes,
was old and dangerous.
yeah,
We got the old fridges out and got a new one.
yeah, yeah,
Examples like that. Also, the water tap was damaged and we got a new one. These are very physical examples of clearing old energy and bringing new energy in. And
yeah,
it changes the overall energy of your surroundings.
yes, yeah, yeah. Or if we take the example of our own body, if we do like change our diet, do a detox, so that would be I would say, the physical body equivalent to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Or
yeah.
healing, like
Yes.
if you've got, like I had adrenal fatigue. Today I'm
Yeah,
like, I would say, as healthy as I ever was.
yeah, yeah,
So and that's a healing process. It was also a trauma healing process, and that cleared out a lot of energy. Trauma is actually and stuff that most people carry
yeah,
in their
yeah,
bodies and energy fields, um, and can cause a lot of problems, also illness.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And I would say that like our body is able to do its own energy clearing in under normal circumstances when we are healthy. But when we get injured or experience trauma or something like that, yeah, then we need some support from other forms of energy clearing. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
I would never have been able to do my trauma clearing and healing without
Yeah.
the help of other people.
Yes. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I always say to clients or people who come and tell me they've been trying to do this on their own. It doesn't work.
Yeah. Yeah.
That doesn't work. So for me, it started. I had to track that back actually. The time it became conscious to me, that was 2009 when I moved to the Baltic Sea, when all my abilities came up, all my clair senses came up. I started seeing angels. That's when I also got assigned to be Earth Keeper for a property from the angels. And that's when I knew I had to do this work, and I also became conscious of it. But at that time, or even before that, what happened was that it always went through me. So people's stuff always went through my own body and energy field, and I did not like this. And I said, I don't want that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's when I got taught from the angels how to do energy clearing in a different way with their help, so that it at some point, and I can't tell the point, I don't know when, it stopped going through me and just started happening around me. I think it was actually 5 years I noticed it 5 years ago when I came and I moved cross country again and separated. And that's when I noticed, oh yeah, on my trip through the country, staying with other people, I noticed that I would bring up their stuff without purpose. Just my energy field was doing it. And I was like, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But before when I track it back today, it got initiated when I met my former husband.
Yeah.
I assume that's part of the soul contract, and just a time that was set, because then things started come up from my past, from my childhood, and that's when it got initiated. And when I look back now, I can see events where things came up in a flat, mold, in a house, a wall came down, and things like that. I didn't know back then, but when I look now, I guess that was my energy field.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I don't have to do anything. It's just working all the time, and I never know what happens. But this is also the function that it has when I work with clients, and you know that. And then it brings up and releases all the trauma that comes up, all the emotions, everything that is ready to go, is being transmuted and transformed by my energy field while we work together. So that's why it can happen. I had that. I told a client, well, if you want to release this stuff, start doing morning pages, like writing it all out and then burning it. And then she wrote me after the session, oh, it was all gone after the session.
Nothing to write. Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, why then? That was my energy field clearing it all out. How convenient.
Yeah.
So, and honestly, that function was the hardest for me to accept from all my abilities. For a long time, because that also happens in my private life, and I can't do anything about it. It just does. And so I basically had at the Baltic Sea an 8-year window of getting accustomed to all my abilities, working and learning with angels, archangels, and ascended masters, and then being sent off to go out into the world and work with people.
Yeah.
Which I do now.
Yeah.
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 So,
Yeah.
but that's a parallel we have, and I just remember that because I have been self-employed before, way before that. I've been doing other stuff. I'm self-employed since 2004, and I think you've been for a long time as well. So
Yes. Yeah.
yeah,
Also with other stuff.
it's kind of a development. And I've actually also worked with animals. So I never
Yeah.
made a difference. I just don't have animals at the moment. But I never made a difference of using my my abilities or what I knew, including Reiki or aromatherapy or whatever. I never made a difference between human beings or animals. I just treated all of them intuitively.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. I was thinking, because we were talking about that before when it started, and I was thinking, okay, when did it start, and when was I aware of it? So that was two different
I know.
points in my life.
Same.
I would say that I became aware of it was after I practiced massage therapy for a while and realized, okay, there's more going on than just putting my hands on a person's body and moving muscles around, or stretching or something like that. And but then I was thinking back that I would say even like probably in my teenage years, I can remember that friends always told me, "Oh, when I talk to you, I always feel so good afterwards."
Okay.
Yeah, or they get some new insights or something. And I did not really do a lot back then. And as I was thinking about it, I thought that was probably also already energy clearing.
Yeah.
But back then, I did not know what to do with that. I would say I mostly felt more like overwhelmed sometimes.
Yeah.
And then I thought, oh no, maybe let's not meet again, because then you come up with all your stuff and I have to transform it inside myself. And back then I didn't have the tools for it. So, but I think that was already some form of energy clearing, and I still have that. In my work, I realized that when I switched or the work changed from not having the need anymore to do so much, because the energy field is just my energy field is just working. So not using this technique and this technique and this technique, but just coming back to my own presence and let that do the work. So I do less, and sometimes when I'm with clients, I just tune into their field, probably like you do, and I don't need to do a lot of physical stuff, physical movement, physical things. So so when I take it into years, I started becoming a massage therapist in 2002 or 3, I think. Then also did other things, and then got back to it, and then soon developed also like the other abilities, or maybe they came back because before I guess I was rejecting it, and because I didn't know what to do with it. The more you get, that's maybe also for people who are like interested in what can I do with it, the more you how can we say, the more you feel into it, or you lose your own resistance. The more it can enrich in your life. Also the work. Yeah. And I
Yeah.
also have it in my private life, of course. And it's not, I would say, it's not something that you can like separate.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
and that's something I stopped doing, like separating
Yeah.
work life and private life, because it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Like for
Yeah.
me, as a channeler, on top of that, it doesn't work anyway, because like that stuff comes when they send it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's
Yeah. Yeah.
often, like I always say, I need to look as if I'm not working,
Mm. Yeah.
and then I'm
Yeah.
working.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah, yeah. And what I find, which might also be a parallel between us, you talked about that it happened or started like at the Baltic Sea, and so for me, it's also like it did not start here. So I live in Corfu in Greece now for 3.5 years now. It did not start here, but I feel here with that environment and also the support of the natural or the
yeah.
natural elements and energy that was a huge or still is a huge expansion also for my abilities.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
That's interesting, because I was wondering for a very long time why a move cross country would suddenly bring up all my abilities. I couldn't make a connection. There is none. It was just timing.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
But I learned that only years later. The
yeah.
reason that it happened was that I had been doing clearing, like healing,
Yes, yeah,
3 years before on a consistent basis with my naturopath and my osteopath, which especially removing mercury and doing a heavy metal detox opened the pineal gland, and
yeah,
that's
yeah,
why everything blew open. But yeah, that was what something I was wondering why I didn't get the connection. There was none. It was just timed like it, and I
yeah.
was
Maybe it
really.
was the consequence of your of the energy clearing that you did before, or the work you did
It
before.
was the
Yeah,
consequence
yeah,
of the clearing and the healing that I did before that it came up.
yeah,
But I was very happy that I then had an area with a lot of nature and not many people to learn to handle it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Same with me here. Yeah. So nature helps.
Yes. Oh yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
I'm still outside a lot. I'm walking a lot.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And also what I've noticed through working with clients in the past years is that the more I work with clients, the more I'm cleared as well.
Yes. Yeah.
And my energy field is expanding and getting stronger, and the effects with clients are getting stronger.
Yeah. 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 I agree.
So yeah, how can you do energy clearing, everyone?
Yeah. Or maybe we can just because I saw there are a few more people coming in. If you have any questions about what we are talking about here or
We're
about
talking
energy
about energy
clearing,
clearing.
yes. Yeah, if you have any questions about that, put it in the comments and then we can answer your questions too.
Yeah. We'll also post the video later, so you can
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
rewatch it as well.
Yeah. And ask questions later too.
Yes, of
Yeah.
course. Yeah, you can also
Yeah, yeah,
contact us later on. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, we wanted to go on. You started with or went on with what do we do or how do we do it?
Or how can people do it?
How can
Because
people do it? Yes,
there's a
yes, yeah.
lot of different things that you can do.
Yeah,
I mean, if you start with the physical things, like I showed, you can just go around your home and observe. I would actually, because I work with angels, archangels, and ascended masters, I would call on, like, for instance, the angel for letting go, the archangel Gabriel. You can also call on Serapis Bey, which is an ascended master for energy clearing, and also on Archangel Michael.
yeah, Always.
always. And then ask them to come to you and help you, like, assess your belongings. I've also posted a few ways you can do that on my feed. And then take note, like, what are you using? What are you not using? Take things in your hand and ask, does it bring me joy?
Yeah.
In that case, don't use your mind. Never use your mind with this. Observe your face. If you say, does it bring me joy? And your face looks like this.
Very joyful.
That's a no, and it means this thing can go.
Yeah. Maybe, yeah. Also, what I do is sometimes you will have a physical sensation.
Yeah,
Also,
true.
when you ask yourself,
Yes.
yeah, something like getting goosebumps. Yeah, might be a yes, or if you just feel like rocks in your stomach, that is definitely not a yes.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
or if you just feel like something warm coming up in your heart, that's definitely a yes. So, and
Yeah.
that's also good to practice that, so
Yes.
that you get a better feeling for it. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And like, go with that through your, and that's practicing your intuition, your body feedback, because your
Yeah,
intuition and also guidance comes through body impulses, and you need to learn to notice them and interpret
yeah,
them.
yeah,
And you can just do a physical clearing, like go through your wardrobe and clear out your
yeah.
clothes. Go through your books and clear them out. You
Go through
can.
your phone, clear the photos and all
That's
the
the
other stuff.
digital stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. And also,
Yeah.
if we go to the physical, to the body, also check. My experience is that your diet or what your body needs in kind of nutrition changes. So, and like you go through your wardrobe, go through the food that you eat, and even if you think, oh, that's good for me, or maybe 2 years ago your doctor or naturopath or whoever told you that's good for you, always do a checkup, because your body might change and need something different. Or just leave things out, make an experiment with it, leave things out and see or feel how your body feels. Yeah, coffee, things like that, or even just things that you eat. Yeah, just that's also energy clearing. Leaving food out for a while and just, yeah, and then also feel into how do you feel. If you feel better after eating something, why not eat that, even if it does not sound healthy or something.
Yeah,
It's, yeah.
that's the thing about what comes to me in case of food, because I'm like, I don't know how many changes I've done in the like already this year.
Yeah,
And
me too. Yeah.
I've noticed that I also have that, like, stereotypical judgments, and I have to throw them all out, because that doesn't work for me. Because
Yeah.
I remember you posting that you eat a lot of green stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
don't. Right now, I eat a lot of meat and like bagel or bread stuff, and eggs and vegetables, and like I just realized yesterday or 2 days ago that I'm walking so much at the moment that I'm burning calories like crazy. But that's not the only thing for me. That's why I would always say, regarding food or general what the body needs, I'm always working, or have been for a long time, and now I do it when I feel the need, with a naturopath, because my body needs so much extra in vitamins and minerals and amino acids that I can't eat that. I have to take supplements.
Yes. Yeah.
Especially with all the abilities that I have, that uses so much, that I have to regularly take a certain, like, supplements like
yeah,
magnesium, calcium, all the vitamins and stuff like that. So that's why, and what you said, I did in the beginning. So when I started working with my naturopath in 2006, she had a list of stuff that I shouldn't eat for a while. Because at that time I had all sorts of allergies and stuff like this. And so it was like an elimination diet for quite a long time, I guess. And healed up and cleared up all the stuff that was there. So that can help, but that's why I always suggest to work with a naturopath, because she or he can test the body what it needs, and by working together you also get to know your body. Because that's the way how I learned what my body needs over time. And of course also trial and error. I mean, I had an adrenal fatigue because of all of sorts of stuff.
And then and when you get a feeling for it, you also know then when it's time to check it again. But like as you said, right now there is such an intense time and such intense energy all around that it might be necessary to not check that once a year, but maybe every 2 months or so. So there's so many areas, or I would say probably all areas of your life where you can apply energy clearing.
Yes. And they are also they are all related and connected. So it's not separate. So an experience I had after separation and then going through divorce, I moved cross country. I had to empty and release everything from the house. So like everything I owned had to go. And then I could only take what fit into a car. And later I had a few things transported. But I couldn't do it right away. I left it in storage for 6 months. Then it was easy because I only had one room left and not 140 square meters. But that was a huge relief to let go of so much, and it changed me completely. I became a minimalist. I was able to then move just with my car and put everything in, and it felt very freeing to release so much. And as I started my business and then kept doing energy clearing, every time I would release something big or important, bookings came in. That was such a funny effect for quite a while. That every time I released something, then bookings came in, because if you release old energy, you make space for something new to come in. And that's why it's all connected. And also when you release something physical, the emotions and memories attached to it will be freed as well, or the other way around.
It always makes space. And then you can see what happens next.
That's the interesting thing. So how else?
Maybe for everyone who came in, if you have any questions, just drop it in the comments and then we can answer it. What would you say? We talked about it in our yesterday when preparing for today. This question on how do you do it?
How do you do it?
How do you do it? I get that question also. So
you get that also. Oh, okay.
Yes, of
how
course.
Do you do it?
What are you doing? What are you doing, and how do you do it? So what would you say? How do you do it?
Well, funny enough, I don't do anything. My energy field is working. What I do is clear my energy field.
Yes. Yeah. Before you start working, yes.
And
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that's also on a consistent basis, because that's what
Yeah.
made this happen, actually, that it works like this today.
Yeah.
Was a consistent clearing over the past like 15 years. So that's what I do. I clear my own energy on a body level, on an energetic level. Always with angels, archangels, and descended masters. You find some of the clearing formulas I use on my feed. I also teach everything in the energy and clutter clearing course. And that's what I do. Like, my energy field is a clearing field. It works on its own. But I clear myself,
Yeah.
my energy field. I clear my home regularly. I clear my emails, my photos, although I've learned that there are more than 10,000 or something, and that's fine. Others have more than 80 or even more. But and that's basically what I do for myself. I work with angel symbols all the time. I work with the sprays. I also have crystals.
Yeah.
My water is on it has Reiki symbols on it, actually.
Yeah.
And they have done a lot. Like, they create peace and harmony. They are in the whole flat now.
Yeah.
So I'm basically taking care of clearing my energy. And I also go to an osteopath every 4 weeks. This has cleared my energy field and released trauma like nothing else in the past years. And I've had the experience often that after a session, I felt like more connected, like
Yeah.
some bumper was gone, something
Yeah.
that had blocked the connection was suddenly gone.
Yeah.
So that's what I do. I take care of my own energy and my own energy field, and that enables my energy field to just do its work while I talk to you.
Yeah.
On top of that, I also work with the angel symbols who do energy clearing for you as well, and also show the topics behind whatever is coming up, because trauma always has a message. So that's the two things. And I also give Reiki attunements, and they also have a very clearing effect, as you know.
Yeah. I do. Yeah. Yeah.
And that's basically how I do it. But I also always often say, like just cleaning the floor, clearing out the garbage. That's energy clearing too. Like, and it's important.
Yeah.
I'm a person who, like, I hate garbage accumulating. I just can't have it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how do you do it?
It's similar.
I thought so.
Yeah, I would say the main thing is to keep your own energy field clear, or clear it up in whatever it. Yeah, sometimes it's different, and it needs different things to come into that state. And yeah, just to open the space for to open the space for any healing or clearing that wants to come through. Then I feel like when I'm working, I feel like I'm more like the transmitter of energy, maybe whatever is needed.
Yeah.
And what I can add to is as I work also like one-on-one with people. I take like a salt bath showers after a session. It doesn't matter if it was a good session or an exhausting session or whatever. I always do it.
Okay.
Because just to clear my field, or maybe just my hands, or and I would also say, as we talked about nature before,
Oh yeah.
since I think last year, I developed the practice of I start my day first for me. I set a certain time. I don't do any sessions before 11 because
Me too.
before
Yeah.
that I just need time for myself just to get into the day to
Yeah.
prepare myself to go out for a walk. Yeah, or not also clear. I mean, if you clear energy, and I can also when I go to the ocean, I get energy. My
Yeah.
energy field gets filled up also.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah. So, yeah, to take care of a balance between, yeah, I mean, if you clear, that you also need food, yeah, energetical
Yeah.
food, or, yeah, just, yeah, how can we say that? Like the electricity to run our energetic system.
Yeah.
Yeah, to take care about that, and
Yes.
and also maybe to keep my mind and my head and my controlling head out of the way. Because of course sometimes it thinks, oh, we should do this, and there's when I work with a client who says, oh, I have this and this and this, and then there comes my head and said, oh, then we could do da 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 da, just to say, okay, thank you. We keep that in mind, but yeah, open the door for intuition to come in and just for energy to come in, and also for support
Yeah.
from like you use angels and archangels or
Yeah. And
um,
that's what brings like keeps my mind out of it,
yeah,
that I'm channeling.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
as soon as I start working, preparing a healing session, my mind is basically out of it, because
yeah,
I just read the story that I get from the client, and then I
and then
start asking questions and pulling symbols, and then I
yeah,
start channeling from them, and that takes my mind out of it
yeah,
anyway.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and
yeah.
that's really important, because the mind has its own
Agenda.
opinions.
Yeah, opinions. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
That's never good, never
yeah,
helpful, really.
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you just reminded me of something, because I usually say it's not, it's two things: energy clearing and bringing new energy in.
Yeah.
It's releasing old energy. If
Yeah.
you want to raise your vibration and get to a different level in your life, in all areas, clear out old energy and bring in new energy. So,
Yeah.
and the way I teach it is like energy clearing, like either with healing sessions, Reiki attunements, or doing the energy clearing course, and then calling in angels, archangels, and ascended masters, which are higher frequency
Yeah.
beings, and working with them to uplift your energy and also
Yeah.
change your life. They are here to help you. Like, you don't need to do
Yeah.
this alone.
Yeah. Yeah. And I would
Yeah.
say that if you now that we're talking about angels, um, for someone who is not so familiar with all the angels and spirit beings out there, I would say if you just ask for whoever can support me with that, please do, without even knowing maybe the name.
Yeah.
You can learn that later, but
Yeah.
yeah, to open up to that divine spirit that is around us. Yeah, I
Yeah.
would say I also you work with angels and archangels,
Yeah.
and I also, as this is so clear here, work like with spirit beings like dragons, because we are here surrounded by small islands in front of the island that looks like dragons. So there's a lot of dragon energy here, which I can access then. And yeah, so I think we all have our spirit beings
Oh yeah.
around us and
Yeah.
with us. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
You can also just ask your guardian angels, because you all have each one has them. Do I have to talk out loud to get in touch with angels, or can I do it in silence in my head? You can both. It
yeah.
works both
I would
ways.
say both.
You
Yeah,
don't have to do it loud. You can, but you don't have to. You can also just think it. Yeah. Works
or
both
maybe
ways.
write it down.
All of it. Doesn't matter,
Yeah.
actually. Yeah, it doesn't matter. You don't, like, an example. I often talk, when I talk with someone physically, like this,
Mm.
I can be talking in my head with angels at the same time to just ask for help. You would
Yeah.
never notice.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's just like normal for me. So,
Mm.
yeah. But when I'm walking, you would probably find me also talking loud when there's no one near.
Yeah. Yeah.
And sometimes I catch myself when there are people.
Yeah. Yeah. I do that too.
That's okay.
Mm.
Yeah, so that doesn't matter. How do we know we have connected
Mhm.
with our angels? Well, if you call on them, they will be there. I mean,
Yeah.
they are all around you anyway. They just wait for you to ask them for help,
Yeah.
because you have free will. So if you ask them for help, then you can know that you've connected with them, even also when you speak out their name, if you know one. Um, then you're definitely connected. And over time, you, as we said before, if you haven't heard that, notice how you feel when you do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Because I get all sorts of signs or feelings when I'm like, I'm hot like crazy right now. So that's me channeling.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah. So
get,
you will probably have a physical sensation
yes, yeah.
when you are connected. Yeah.
You can feel, either you can feel hot, you can get tingling, even feeling like somebody puts a hand on your shoulder.
Mm.
Things like that happen.
Yeah.
So that's something you have to be aware of. And like connecting with angels and communicating with them is a practice.
Yeah.
And the more you do it, the better you get, and the better you notice how they are communicating back with you.
Yeah. Or you maybe
And
find some signs out there, like feathers or something.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
so there's
So
actually different ways to communicate, or how they communicate back. It's not like
mm.
when Claudia and I talk with each other. Usually it's not. I'm channeling. You can channel too. If you do automatic writing, you can just take a paper and a pen and ask a question. Write down a question
yeah.
and connecting with an angel or the angels, and then just write the answer. But don't expect to have that answer in your mind, because that's the mind.
Yeah.
Channeling is you don't know the answer before it appears on the paper.
Yeah. And
So
there might come an answer that sounds weird maybe in the first place, or yeah, take some time to get it. Yeah, but you will get it. Yeah.
it's a practice. And
Yeah.
if you're clairaudient, you might hear it as well. But yeah,
Mm.
that depends. And it's a practice. The more you practice it, the better you get.
Yeah.
Angel numbers are very typical as well. So like I'm seeing them constantly. And other signs, also from loved ones, for instance, could be very specific to you that only you understand.
Mm.
So I've had a disappointment last night. So when I woke up in the middle of the night and went to the toilet, I walked through a smell and I was like, my grandfather.
Okay.
Tabak.
Ah. Mhm.
Which is interesting, because and then it kept smelling like that all the time. He never did that before. He usually puts his hand on my shoulder. So
Mm.
that was to help me process what had happened last night and get me to realize that they had actually sent a different solution already.
Mm. Yeah.
But I was like, it was really a strong smell I walked through, and it didn't leave. So that's a sign as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do our deceased loved ones become our angels, or do we already? No, they don't become your angels. They are souls that are on the other side and still connected with you, and they can also help you and you connect with them. And angels are angels. And there's lots of angels, archangels, ascended masters. You also have guardian angels. Pets also have guardian angels. Yeah. And you can learn to work with them for energy clearing or any way at all. Like I always say, if you want to teach your children one angel or archangel, teach them about Archangel Michael.
Yeah.
Because that's the angel for protection, that's the angel for cord cutting, clearing energy, but also like protection. Just and a child, and even you, if you're in distress, you can just say, Michael, help, and that's enough.
Yeah. Then he can do the work. Yeah.
How do we find or know who is our guardian angel? You can ask if you want to know a name, but you don't have to know a name. You can just ask, my guardian angels, could you please help me? Could you please connect with me? You can also ask them, show me your name, and then see what you get in front of your nose somewhere, or what you hear. For me, names just started showing up, and I was like, do I have to change my name now, or what is this? What's happening? Yeah, really, what's happening here? Until I at some point realized that just one after the other of my guardian angels were showing up with their names. Like, okay, that was kind of irritating.
I don't always have it with names with guardians, but
don't have
they have a specific form for me. So or a color. So I think that's also open for everyone, according whatever senses you feel more, or you are connected more, or are more open for you. Then you will get it through that. And even for that, energy clearing helps.
Yes, the more you clear your own energy, the better you connect to the other side, be that angels or your deceased loved ones. And like your deceased loved ones, they are not angels, but they can still help you in your life. And they will often do that on their own as well. Like I didn't call my grandfather; he just showed up. So that happens. And you can do that on purpose as well, and just ask for their help. Wow, we've got an hour already. If there are no more questions, we could maybe also end. And
or just ask the ones who just came in the last minutes if they have any questions about energy clearing. You can also, we will put the video will show up in both of our feeds, so you can watch it later and then maybe have some questions and put them in the comment field, so we can answer that afterwards.
Because all the questions that came here, they are gone afterwards. So
okay. That was a good start.
And there's another one. How do we clear energy and how to bring in new energy? We've talked about that already. I suggest you watch the video again, but I give a short summary. Like clearing energy is like throwing out all the physical stuff that's old and that you don't need. It's deleting old photos and stuff from your phone, emails, decluttering,
like
cleaning, clearing up your diet, your food, whatever your body may not tolerate. Also going outside in nature, and bringing in new energy is like either buying new things like I did, like replacing old ones, or like calling in angels, archangels, ascended masters and work with them. That's bringing in new energy. Also, both of us do energy clearing with clients. As I said before, you cannot clear trauma on your own.
Yeah.
You will need help with that. So clearing trauma, old emotions, clearing up relationship patterns, any inherited stuff, karma, trauma from past lives, family line patterns. That's all clearing up old energy. And that's a lot of that you will need help with from the outside.
Yeah.
And both of us do that. So yeah, that's a short summary. But we've been talking about that in the video at length.
Yeah. Yeah. So and that makes space to to fill it, then to fill your system and your environment up with new energy. Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe just came to my mind, just a simple energy clearing is also conscious breathing. If you just take a few minutes and in moments where you feel like exhausted or like overwhelmed or something, take a minute, take a step back, sit somewhere, and do first just breathe consciously in and out. Doesn't have to be extra long, but maybe focus on the on the exhale first. And imagine that everything that you just went through, every thoughts you had, or people you met, every information you got, they can just flow out of your system, of your body. And then after a while, just focus on the inhale and get in new energy into your body, into your system. So that's a simple, probably the most simplest explanation, which you can apply then to your body, every area of your life.
Also reminded me of meditation. Because that's like connecting with the breath as well. And I just had something else come up. Just something I always say is learn energy clearing. Because we are more and more getting sensitive to energy. We are in a new age, and you need, like, energy clearing is as important as brushing your teeth every day. You need to clear out old energy. You need to cut cords with the people that you've seen during the day. The more you do that, the more you feel yourself and the more you become yourself. And it's really important, especially with all the energies flying around right now. It's not just right now, it's going to go on for years. So just as an announcement. There's always the expectation like, oh, maybe it ends next year. No, it's not. We are in a phase of clearing, and it's going to go on like this. And you need to be able to clear this out, and also sometimes just step back from whatever is out there. Clear out watching TV, clear out watching the news from your life, actually, because I haven't had a TV since 2006 or something, whatever. It's like nothing I tolerate.
Also clear out gossip. Clear out your own not only thinking but talking, your own speaking, what you want to consume, what you want to speak about.
I've
so
changed my whole vocabulary.
The longer we're talking, the more areas we find.
It's true. It's really true. I mean, I've grown up in a very aggressive household, and so that's the language I had. So at some point in my life, and that was when I got to know my former husband as well, because that then mirrored it back to me. I made a conscious decision to change my vocabulary.
Yes. That's what I mean.
And I did that. And that makes a huge difference because words everything is energy. Just because we look physical, we are not. It's all energy. And words are energy too. So it makes a huge difference which words you use. and you can feel what energy they have. And it makes a difference to change your vocabulary depending on what you use.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
if you have any more questions, just put them in the comments under the video.
Yes. Yeah, then we can answer that later. Okay. Then, yes, thank you for your
You're
time,
welcome.
Antje. Thank you to everyone for watching and sending your questions.
Thank you for agreeing to do this.
You're welcome. So I would say we wish you a wonderful day. And see you soon on one of our channels or wherever. Okay. You want to add something?
No, I just, Elizabeth is saying thank you for all your input again and have a wonderful day, ladies.
Yeah,
thank you.
Okay, then I would say we say goodbye.
Yeah.
See you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.